Comics, zombies, toys, hell yeah. Hello, thank you, and welcome to My Nerdy Treasure, where I video catalog my collections and geek out. Sorry it's been like 2 weeks since I recorded an episode. I kind of want this to be like a little bit more frequently done more frequently than that, but I'm super excited to announce that as of yesterday I finished my training for my new job, so I will be starting soon and I am super excited. But the training definitely was pretty intense. I needed a lot of certifications and stuff, so it was a lot. It was a lot. I've been in the classroom the past 3 days for some physical training too and stuff. So uh, it it was fun. It was a great learning experience. It was sad that I haven't been able to have the time to do one of these videos, but that's okay because sometimes, life gets a little crazy. You got to get stuff done for a while and then you can come back and jump in. And like I said in the first episode, this is kind of like my self-care time in a way. This is like therapeutic for me and enjoyable, and I'm a super nerd, so like geeking out and talking about this stuff like is definitely something I enjoy. And yeah, I'm excited to be doing this new episode, and we will jump in with what it is on. So, my cassette collection. So, featured here on the sides are the cassettes that I had when I got my first car. So, I got my first car in 1999. It was a Ford Aerostar minivan. I really wanted a minivan as my first vehicle because I had a lot of friends that were in bands, a lot of friends that were really into music, and I thought it would be awesome if I could kind of help them transport their gear and stuff. So like I thought that would be super cool. So one of my friends was moving to Toronto for to go out to college there. So he had to get rid of his van. So it kind of worked out perfect because the van had already served that purpose of moving equipment and stuff. So that was pretty awesome. These will be featured too at the Buffalo Garage Sale that is coming up soon. I kind of feel weird like announcing events and dates and stuff because sometimes people don't see these videos until like way after the fact and everything, but it's still cool to get it out there because you can search it and there's always upcoming events. And I feel like a lot of these event planners and everything have like future events like constantly. So just because you missed this horror garage sale and you're from the Western New York area and stuff and could get to it easily doesn't mean that you can't miss or see the next one and not miss that one. This event is amazing. It's all horror stuff. I know music kind of ties into like horror and stuff, and I'm just trying to bring in a little bit of there, but I will be making a video soon showing what we are going to be bringing from Jerry's Closet. I've been sorting through stuff and we got a lot of awesome stuff. Some Rue Morgue magazines, some horror toys, some horror comics, a bunch of the Texas Chainsaw comics, all kinds of stuff. I have horror games. Yeah, there's going to be a lot. I'll do a video probably, hopefully this week or soon, kind of covering over that. And then, yeah, the event's going to be going on and we'll see what we sell there and everything. But going back to the story, so first vehicle, 1999, minivan. I had a cassette tape player in there. I've always been kind of a fan of cassette tapes. Thank you to my dad. My dad was the mixtape master. I really enjoyed, and what I'm not getting rid of from my collection anytime soon that is not seen here and maybe I will cover in a future episode or something is my mixtape collection. So mixtapes my dad made, mixtapes I made, mixtapes people made for me. I definitely kept those. one of the tapes that kind of inspired me to start doing my nerdy treasure, basically, um, was I found a tape of me when I was like 7 or 8 years old or whatever, and just kind of like talking on the tape and doing all kinds of like silly voices and characters and noises. And I think I spent like 5 minutes pretending I was a storm, which kind of ironically enough, like storms is something that I enjoy listening to when I sleep, so that's kind of funny. But anyhow, cassette tapes were definitely like, growing up in the 80s and 90s, like a big thing for me. You know, it was you could buy them to listen to your favorite albums and stuff, which the stack you don't see yet are my top 5 that I will be going over, so don't worry, I won't be just totally randomly mumbling. You will see more too. um but man, where was I? So, oh, mixtapes. So yeah, I kept the mixtapes, and I found the tape of me when I was little doing all the voices and everything, and that was super funny. My brother's on there too. It's actually really cute. Um, Jumping in now, these were the top 5 cassettes that I listened to like the most. I figured the best way to do this without this video being like super long and me going over all these music. And if you do want my opinion on any of these other tapes here, come to the Buffalo Horn Garage Sale and ask me. Or no, you can send me an email too, you know, if you aren't in the area, aren't able to get back there or get to that event. So I picked my top 5 that I listened to the most. These actually probably weren't even my first copies of these. Unfortunate thing with cassette tapes, sometimes they would wear out or they'd get jammed. You put them in the player and all of a sudden the tape would get in there and it would eat it, and you'd have an anxiety attack like, oh my god, no, and then you have to replace it. These albums I have on multiple formats because, like I said, they're my top 5 out of the ones that I own that I listened to constantly when I drove around when I was younger. So I do have these on CD, vinyl, audio. So definitely like parting with these are okay because I do have it on other formats and everything, and I don't really listen to cassettes. Like, before we had a generator for our farm, like, we would listen to cassettes when the power would go out and everything, but, like, and we do have a cassette player for, like, our whole system and stuff, but, I don't know. Not really a format I listen to too much, but I know some people out there are still enjoying them and everything. So like I said, these are actually going to be available. Actually, a lot of the things that I have on this show, if I do decide I'm going to get rid of them and pass them on to a new home, they'll be on our eBay or at upcoming events or whatever. I kind of will mention in the video. Well, I should start mentioning in the video if they are. So this will be at the event, and then I'll probably end up putting these online too, or if somebody wants to reach out and say, hey, I'm totally interested in that Cypress Hill album, Black Sunday, because it's a fantastic album. I'll be like, sweet, yeah, I'll put it aside for you. So let's jump into this, or I'm going to keep rambling. Like I said, it's been 2 weeks, so like I have so much rambling to get out. But 2 weeks of amazing training and so excited for this new job. Yay. I always look forward to being able to help people better their lives and get that assistance and that care and that friend that they might not have. So yeah, super excited. First up, these are in random order. This isn't like I'm starting with number 1, I'm starting with number 5. These are like interchangeable depending on like mood and whatnot for listening to, but they totally got listened to so much in my van. So first up, we have is Faith No More, The Real Thing. Yeah. Faith No More, Mike Patton, brilliance. He also, on top of being in Faith No More, also has Mr. Bungle. Woo! Mr. Bungle. Um, and as I jump things here. And many other bands, Peeping Tom, there's some like romance band thing or whatever. It's like jazz, blues, that too, like that, this man's vocal skills are just phenomenal. He can do like anything, like his range is incredible. Like the awesome thing about cassette tapes that I'd always be excited about, and most of the ones I have kind of do have, is like you get like pictures, but then you would get the lyrics. Yes. So this was so cool. Like, get the lyrics. You can finally see everything that's said, because sometimes, you know, they're mumbling. You don't hear it all. Um, I remember when the internet first started and being able to go to ABC Lyrics or any of those lyric websites that popped up too, and being able to find lyrics was always really cool. I kind of, being like a huge music nerd and stuff, one of the big things I would like to do is like write the lyrics down and kind of analyze them and stuff and think way too deeply into them. Yeah. um, Music can be a great release, but it can also kind of drag you down into the pits of other places. You know, it can get you lost in it too. Uh, Music's expressive. Shouldn't always be taken literal. I feel like there's a lot of arguments for music out there of censorship and being like, oh, those lyrics, da da da. But a lot of it's not supposed to be taken literal. I kind of see it more as like lesson fables, stories, cautionary tales sometimes, like not like, oh man, I should literally act like that song's saying or whatever. Songs can be used to express feelings. Some people are hard with communication. I know my partner of 20 years is like very hard with communication, but he loves music too, and he definitely expresses himself through music. And I've kind of noticed over the years, like when I know he's listening to certain things, like, uh-oh, sad boy music's on. So kind of can tell, like, what mood he's in and stuff. And I don't know. I think that's cool. I think, like, music is kind of another way to express yourself. And speaking of music and getting older and talking about the 90s and stuff, so as you get older, your vision doesn't get too good. You notice you're kind of like, even with your glasses on, you're like, oh man. So, handy dandy microscope, wow. Magnifying glass, yeah. I know, thanks. um, Sometimes you need to use it. I really like this one. My dad got me this one. You pull it up, it's got a light. So that's cool too. Or you can just like use it so you can like see, because it's super hard to read these. And I forgot that I kind of wanted to like pick oh man, there's a War Pigs cover on here, Black Sabbath song, super sick. Um, yeah. So I was gonna pick a favorite song. Whoa, got like dragged into Epic off of here. I feel like is kind of one of their most played songs. Zombie Eater's fantastic, not only because it's Zombie Eaters, but it actually is a super good song. Beat goes up, down, everywhere. If you haven't listened to Faith No More, I highly, highly, highly recommend them. They are fantastic. If you appreciate Mike Patton's voice, look into the rest of his bands, Mr. Bungle, Peeping Tom. Why can't I think of any more bands? Oh man, it's those moments, you know, I don't really prepare for these too much. I kind of just go with the knowledge that's in my head, and sometimes that knowledge gets jumbled up and it will come back to me, and then I'll shout it out and I'll be like, whoa, the other band that he was in too, the more noise one, Tomahawk. There we go. Tomahawk. I was like, I saw them in Cleveland by myself. It was a really good show, and I drove out there, and it was amazing. And I had a great experience. And I still have the T-shirt from that show, actually, on the back of my jacket, my patch jacket and stuff. So let's get back into cassette tapes. Man, I am rambling. But like I said, it's been 2 weeks. This is a release for me. Not that anyone's talking back to me, even though sometimes people do give feedback, and I super appreciate the feedback and people asking when the next episode's coming out and stuff, and I really appreciate that. So it's awesome. Yeah, so stop rambling. No, sorry. I shouldn't be yelling at myself about it. But next one up is Metallica, Kill Them All. Oh man, I have this shirt also. It's kind of falling apart. I should actually wear it for an upcoming episode before it falls apart, because that would really suck. Ooh, this guy's a little ruined. Again, we got the elm top and the guys there. Lyrics, a little bit. The lyrics fell out here. We'll just tuck that guy back in there. Metallica, Kill Them All. Fantastic album. Definitely my top Metallica album. The Black Album is the second one for me. Other albums are fantastic too. The S&M, where they did the symphony in Metallica, that was great. I actually saw that live too. Not totally live. I wasn't in the recording thingy. But they had done this series through, I want to say, Regal. I don't know, the ticket's somewhere. Regal, where they played S&M, the second one I think they did, and kind of on the big movie screen, so you go to the movie theater and hear with the surround sound and everything, so it kind of felt like you were there. It's pretty awesome. I am a huge fan of watching concerts that you may never be able to make it to on YouTube. It's kind of like a date night thing we've always like done too, that we should probably get back into, definitely. But pick a time era, a year, and go with it. Go for early Metallica so you can see some Cliff Burton. Yeah, rip, R.I.P. Cliff. So I recommend that. And anyhow, going back to Metallica, Kill Them All. Picking a, oh man, God, battery. Oh, so many good songs on here. So many good songs on here. And of course, got Seek and Destroy. I think that might be the best. You figure I'd like listen to this enough, I kind of should just like know this stuff. Oh, the Four Horsemen. Oh man. Oh, battery's not on. What? Could have sworn. Alright. Oh man. Yeah. Four Horsemen. Fantastic song. Oh man. I don't know. But Seek and Destroy is just so powerful. Seek and destroy. Oh, oh man. Oh, yeah, it's hard. Anyways, this has always been another one of, like, all these albums I'm kind of showing. You could definitely listen to, like, the whole thing through. Like, just put it in. You don't have to fast forward through anything. So many good albums like that. Black Sabbath, Paranoid. Next one for this. This was one of my dad's favorite albums. He would listen to this all the time. Unfortunately for this, it's just the sleeve and then what's on side 1, what's on side 2. So the original War Pigs is on this. You could hear the Faith No More cover on that. Man, Iron Man's on here. Iron Man. Oh man, it's so good. So good. Paranoid definitely was the most impacted song, I'd say, on here. I'd say like War Pigs or Iron Man is definitely my favorite, but Paranoid was the most impactful because my dad used to always say that was his theme song, which is kind of sad. What? He had a habit of putting it on a lot of his mixtapes. He had this one mixtape that was like, oh Jerry something. I can't remember all the names. I remember the one that he made for my mom, and it was called Susie Wants a Cracker. And it was just all these heartbreaking songs. It was really sad. Um, but someday when I have some extra free time, I'd love to take my dad's mixtapes onto a digital form, kind of remix them on there. I've always wanted to do it. I just have to put the time in. I have really bad codependency issues, so it's kind of hard for me to like work on stuff alone and everything. When I know other people are like close by, I tend to like want to be by them. So I am working through it. Therapy's great. Everybody go to therapy. It's awesome. You learn all kinds of great stuff. I had to go to multiple therapies. Sorry, off on a tangent. Like I said, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I don't make a video for 2 weeks, and all of a sudden I can't stop talking. Anyways, so I've had a bunch of different therapy, and I feel like you need that. It might put you in debt for a little while, but you'll get back out. I'm climbing back out. Um, but I feel like you have to look at different aspects to really come to a conclusion and everything. And I was definitely somebody who like took all the bad stuff that happened to me and pushed on from it, but not at the same time. Still kind of felt like a victim to all of it and stuff, instead of realizing that like I'm a survivor and everything, and kind of took that negative mindset and would beat myself up. And I definitely was my biggest bully. The voice inside my head was definitely is constantly like, you're not good enough, you can't do this stuff and everything. And just know that like that's not true. That voice is just, the human brain is insane. I love doing studies and finding out things about it and everything, and like it totally lies to you all the time. Like, once again, shouting out to the Happiness Lab, like that podcast. Just like it just tells you like your mind kind of plays these little tricks on you, because we're still in that survival mode from when we were cavemen and cavewomen, and that brain always being in kind of like that survival mode and everything really can wear you down and stuff. And like, find hobbies, find things that you love, find things that you like nerding out with and everything, and don't beat yourself up so much. Like, I definitely like bully myself all the time, just talking myself down. And like, I kind of realized like now I have all these friends, I've had these people that have been in my life, I have the support system and everything. And and you can find that too, or maybe you have that and you don't realize. Like, a lot of times I didn't realize, I always felt like I was alone and everything, and not realizing how much support I really do have and everything. I was just hesitant to reach out because, don't reach out for help, do it all yourself, you can do it. Military family background. A lot of people, I feel like in my age, you kind of got that attitude where like you got to do it, and you don't have to always do it. You can ask for help, you can get support, you can get friends, all kinds of things. Like, we're social creatures, we're meant to socialize, we're not meant to hide in our houses and not interact with people. And like, you need to be out in that fresh air too. They just released a study. Norway, happiest country in the world. America, I think, was like 24 or 25. Biggest thing that Norway does that we do not is they get outside. Almost everybody tries to get out for a walk a day or some fresh air a day. Believe me, I, in my grumpy misery of yeah, all the gloom and doom, fuck the sun, fuck the sun. Yeah, I went through all that too, but like, unfortunately, we need it. Our bodies need it. That vitamin D, especially in Buffalo. Yeah, we do not get enough sunlight. Yeah, get out, interact, socialize. It just makes you feel better. You think you can't socialize. My biggest thing is like, I love socializing, I love people, but at the same time, I'm absolutely terrified of people. So a lot of the things in my life, it's like one or the other. It's crazy, but you need to socialize, you need to get out there, you need to do what you can to help. Volunteer. Yeah, that's a huge thing. I've met so many awesome people volunteering. Not only meeting the people you're volunteering with, but the people you are helping, or the service you may be doing or something, depending on what you are doing. Like, it's just create those bonds, create that networking, have those people that you can go to for this or that. Like, not every friend is going to have absolutely everything in common with you, and that's cool, and it's cool to see your friends just when you get a chance. I have friends I only see maybe once a year or something, but I know that if I see something they like or whatever, reach out to them. That's cool, they'll get back to me. So yeah, sorry, total service announcement in the middle of Black Sabbath Paranoid, but I don't know. My dad was, going back to him and Paranoid being his theme song, quote unquote. Uh, he was super social, and he moved out to like Iowa to kind of escape from the trauma he had with my mom and the divorce and all that. And yeah, I know it was one of the things he kind of said he regretted when he left a book in his passing, saying, but like, you can't just kind of run away from stuff that scares you. You kind of gotta challenge it, step up and deal with it, and kind of wish my dad would have done that a little bit more. I pushed to get him back here, but he was like, no, New York State, which, yes, New York State's crazy. I wish I could get out of it. I constantly try to get my partner to agree to get out of it, but there are also many wonderful things that I appreciate from Buffalo, New York, and this area, and all the people I've met and everything, so, like, that too. And when my dad lived here in Buffalo, he loved this community. He loved Shakespeare in the Park. I love Shakespeare in the Park too, probably for that same reason from going with him. He went to UB. He was a part of the unit there that was helping to prevent rape on the campus, and also helping women find therapy and other things to deal with it. He was a huge advocator for helping women. He had a degree in women's study, which was kind of cool too, but I don't know. He had the nice guy, the nice guy syndrome kind of thing, where we're a nice girl too. I mean, this happens for us women also, where you really want to study something so you can help somebody and solve their problems and whatnot. And I kind of feel like, in a way, he like picked my mom and thought he could like help her, through all her past trauma and generational trauma and all the above and everything. And unfortunately, like, you can help people to a degree with your knowledge, with your support, with offering for other things, but people have to help themselves in that aspect and be able to take that change. Like, I used to wake up every morning and being like, fuck my life, oh shit, not this again, but now I wake up, I'm like, bless my life, and I think of something I appreciate for today, something I appreciate from tomorrow, and something I am grateful for, and kind of just start the day with that, listen to a little music. I used to pick on my partner because he would wake up like 2.5 hours before he'd have to be to work, and I'm like, that's insane. That's totally insane. And I've been waking up like a few hours before I gotta go to work too, and it's like, wow, it's actually kind of like nice, you start the morning and, take a walk or meditate for a little while, just do something, and it's actually pretty nice. But it doesn't work for everybody. Like I'm saying, like any of these things that I'm recommending, like, does not work for everybody. Everybody at your own pace. But yeah, reach out to your resources and don't feel paranoid. Don't feel like you kind of lost hope and stuff. And I'm sorry for the self-service announcement in the middle here. It's definitely the compassion side of me. But yeah, seriously, reach out. There's always somebody that has been through the same thing as you, or can help you with your situation, and don't be alone. Like, that just sucks. Alright, going back to what we were originally talking about, cassette collection, and of course, rambling too, because this is also talking about these stories that have gone in this collection, which I feel like I wasn't doing enough of, so I'm kind of trying to do more of. Alice Cooper, raise your fists and yell. Fantastic album. Yeah. I know I've said that about like all these albums, but yes, this is my top 5 from my cassette collection. From my cassette collection. Not in general from every album that's been out. But these definitely, I feel like some of these would be in there too. Anyways, raise your fist and yell. Yes! Such an awesome cover. And lyrics in this guy. So cool. This is so good on vinyl. Like, this one and the next one. Like, yeah. These albums are just consistently fantastic. Give the Radio Back. Oh, man. Not that kind of love. No. Prince of Darkness. Oh, chop, chop, chop. Speaking of, definitely, this would be one of those albums that is very related to horror. This one and the next one, one of the big reasons I know why they are definitely like my top albums, especially when Alice Cooper kind of puts together these albums that are like telling a story or a movie or whatnot. And yeah, Chop Chop Chop, story about a serial killer, Roses on White Lace, blood getting all over a woman's dress, Time to Kill, I feel like that's kind of self-explanatory. Prince of Darkness, I think most of us know who that is. It's always funny because I always think of that Prince of Darkness song, and then when my partner hears Prince of Darkness, he always thinks of the Megadeth song. But it's just kind of funny too how different songs bring up stuff. Lock Me Up, Freedom. Oh, man. Step on You. Not that kind of love. Oh, man. So many good albums. It's so good. So good. The Alice Cooper album is so good. I'm having a really hard time, like, picking, like, the best one on this. I like how Gail kind of flows into the Roses on the White Lace and everything, too. Maybe it's meant to do that. I don't know. Give the Radio Back. I'm going to go with that one. It's so hard. It's so hard to pick one on here. This whole album, it's so solid. It's so solid. Give the Radio Back, along with Freedom and some other songs. Yeah, stuff should be played. Once again, kind of talking about censorship and leading into like the next album that we are going to talk about. Also a huge advocator for that. That once again, like, music shouldn't be taken so literal. Alice Cooper, perfect example. Next one's gonna be a perfect example too, but his stage show, character, everything. Alice Cooper is one of the nicest people you will ever meet. I think he's a Christian even. Same with Tom Araya too. Sorry, going in random bands. Okay, back to Alice Cooper. I need to drag myself back into here. So he put on a show. He put on a performance. He's doing a character. It's not literal. He's not literally saying, go chop people up, chop, chop, chop. Or, you know, any of that stuff. But take the radio back, kind of speaking on, you know, not censoring music, letting things be played, not trying to be like, since we've had, like, you know, options to be able to listen to this on mainstream or purchase this stuff, there's always been the argument of what should be allowed out, what should be watched, what should be censored, what should be all that kind of stuff. They started putting age restrictions on everything and stuff, and there was like a lot of metal bands that were fighting rock, and I mean even other artists too, R&B, huge shout out to that were fighting back and kind of being like, yo, what the fuck? My music should be heard. Anybody should be able to listen to this. You know, yes, okay, we can put age limits or whatever. We can say we have explicit lyrics. We can say what type of explicit lyrics are we say. Is it dealing with drugs? We should have kind of trauma warnings, I feel like, on this, especially since our society just loves traumatizing us repeatedly. But we can yeah, enjoy music and other things to kind of fight back against that and just be kind. It's best fight against it. Anyways, so yeah, be open to music. It might not be your thing, it might not really be what you're into, but like, don't bash it. Like, I hate to see when people are like, oh, that genre sucks, or the way that song sucks, or the way this. It's an art form. Not everybody's gonna like it. You're not gonna appreciate it, but don't ruin it for somebody that does appreciate. Don't yuck somebody's yum. Like, just kind of be like, all right, man, but that's not my thing. That's cool or whatever, but you don't have to tear it apart. I feel like in my younger days, I definitely went through that stage where you kind of tear things apart. I mean, there's been moments where, like, I definitely feel, the bully in my head definitely is kind of like, but then I'm like, wait. I'm sure they say something about that too. Ooh, dog interruption. Aw. She probably saw a bunny. Yeah, there's bunnies in our yard. She goes crazy over them. Anyhow, yes, I'm going to wrap this up. Yes. Last one. Twisted Sister, Stay Hungry. I'll get that. This cover is so cool. And then that logo, the Twisted Sister logo on there with the bone, I'm eventually getting that tattoo. It's on the list of when I get other things taken care of and when I gotta get this. It just has the side 1, side 2 list and a shitload of thank yous. D. Snyder, amazing. Twisted Sister is a brilliant creation from him. He gives a ton of shout outs on here. He gives links. Cassette tapes back in the day used to have addresses or P.O. boxes you could write to find out more about the band or join fan clubs, all that kind of stuff. The cool stuff prior to the internet. So there's a P.O. box in here. I'm sure it's not still active, but maybe it is. Hey, maybe D checks it. I don't know. You could try. It would be super cool. This is one of my favorite albums of all time. Definitely. This Stay Hungry is definitely in my top 5 of all time. Like I said, some of these other ones could bounce them, but this one is always coming back. Hence the reason I am tattooing the logo onto my body. I Want to Rock. If you know Twisted Sister, you know that is on this album. I know a lot of times, like, when bands hit, like, really popular with a song or whatever, like, and it's on an album, it's usually the highlight of the album. This whole album is fantastic, but it's all as good as that song was. And, I want to rock. Oh, video is so cool. I feel like the original video for that too just illustrates D. Snyder's creativeness. This album too, Stay Hungry, ironically enough, not sure if this is intentional, this is just my insane mind coming to conclusions and everything, but when he came out with the movie Strangeland, it basically is like this album, like, created into a movie. Like, if you, like, go through, like, what's on this album, I'm not even on side 1 or whatever. Like, if you go through this album and everything, and then watch that movie, you're like, holy shit, he just described this movie to me in multiple songs on the album Stay Hungry. I'm sure, like, I don't know if it originally wanted to do a movie and then he did an album, or which came first or what, or the songs just flowed enough and then he's like, oh, me, shit, there's like a movie in there and stuff. And I don't know. It's cool. It's cool. I don't know. But it's awesome. And you should listen to this album and just check it out. It's fantastic. So it starts out with Stay Hungry, which is super good. And then Horror Terra. So Horror Terra is kind of split into like 2 parts of the song, and it's definitely a reference to the movie, because you have Captain Howdy and then Street Justice. So Captain Howdy is introducing you to a character, and then Street Justice is you hearing about like the character kind of getting taken out or whatnot, or if he should, or getting, I don't know. Yeah, but recommended. I'm kind of mumbling off on there. Yep, We're Not Gonna Take It. Also, huge, big Twisted Sister song. I feel like I Want to Take It and I Want to Rock were both like big like MTV video songs that were like played a lot, especially like later. And yeah. SMF, Stupid Mother, you know. That one was pretty good too. Don't Let Me Down, The Price. Once again, like it's you're gonna burn in hell. It's so hard to pick one. I don't know. It's so good. Stay Hungry. It just, I don't know. It's like an anthem. So I think I'm gonna go with that one. Just, yeah. Stay Hungry. Yeah. But Horror Terra is so good too. Captain Howdy and Street Justice. And then the Burn in Hell. You're gonna burn in hell. Oh man. Anyways, this is one of my favorite albums. I just totally zoned out because, yeah, fantastic. Anyways, those are my top 5 from my cassette collection. Like I said, I'm not going to go through these because I totally rambled so much on this episode. Yeah, but that's okay. I'm not sure quite what collection I'm doing next, but I also forgot rambling on about all kinds of stuff. Shirt and comic. And I'm adding a little extra part. So I'm going to do something for my desk. My desk behind got a whole bunch of stuff on it. This little Tales from the Crypt guy. As I said before, EC Comics are my favorites. So I have a lot from those. He's got a lever on here. It turns his head and it turns his arm. My brother got this for me. Shout out to my brother. A lot of my collection came from him too. Him, my dad, my partner, and my friends, of course. I have one that's in the box down with the rest of my Tales from the Crypt stuff. Ooh. I feel like Tales from the Crypt would be another good episode to do too. So he's an open one, so I can play with him. I can put him on my desk and do all that kind of stuff. So he is the little creature from my desk this week. Kind of want to add that too. I have so much stuff on there and it'd be cool to show some of the stuff. A lot of it is like open toys for the most part, or toys from local artists, creators, that kind of thing. And the comic for the week, 100 Bullets. This is a trade. So there are actually 9 of these trades that I have. I'm not gonna go through them all, but I highly recommend this comic. Super interesting concept. I'm actually trying to get my partner to read it now because it's on a subject I think he would like. But concept. Someone comes to you with an untraceable gun and 100 bullets for you to get vengeance with no precaution, or so they say. I don't want to ruin it or anything, but interesting concept, you know, like what do? You could get vengeance, take someone else's life, destroy someone else's life. I don't know, do you want to do that? Some people are a fan. It's kind of, I don't know. It's one of those subjects that are a little rough, but this is beautifully done. Definitely shows you what can go wrong in those cases, so that's cool. Show you some beautiful pages here. I saw blood splatter there. Always love a good blood splatter page is always great. So Vertigo and DC Comics. Ooh, so this is kind of was put out on both labels and stuff. Yeah, super great series to check out. And T-shirt. Yeah. Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Raphael is my favorite. Definitely fits into my type. So Raphael is mine. But I also love Mikey. I think that he is super funny and would be a blast. So I like definitely those two are my favorite. So those are my favorite turtles, and this is the turtle shirt for this week. And I've been mumbling way too much and ranting way too much. So, like I said, cassette collection. Check out Buffalo Horror Garage Sale. Sorry this episode is super long, super rambles, total rambles, all in the middle and everything. Yeah, but that's what happens when you go 2 weeks without recording an episode, I guess, and getting stuff out. But it was all for a good reason, so I'm okay with it. Check out radpantheon.com for other cool creative types like me. I am glad that people are enjoying this and everything, and I love having this outlet to kind of nerd out and show up my collection and everything. So it is very soothing and helpful for me. So thank you again, everybody that's going to listen, especially if you get through this entire episode to the end. Thank you. Go to westernnewyorkhorrorcrew.com to check out our eBay stores and upcoming events. And yeah, I think I should probably update that. Yeah, I think I need to update that. Anyhow, thank you for listening, and yeah, enjoy your week, enjoy your night, and like I said, treat everyone kindly. All right, goodbye.